Hi Benjamin, sorry to hear about the problems caused by the thunderstorm. It doesn't really rain here. Hi Benjamin, sorry to hear about the problems caused by the thunderstorm. I'm glad that you didn't have a heart attack. We don't really get rain here in Lima, just drizzles sometimes. That's the worst that I've heard it ever gets. I have also had a fairly normal week. There was a youth ministry event on Saturday that we had to do a lot of preparation for, so I was doing that for a lot of the week, which wasn't particularly exciting, although it was cool. In order to answer your question about childbearing, I think it's always helpful to build a scriptural context, since I think that scripture, as I said, bears the story in which we find ourselves still living it out today. Now, the story has changed a bit since the time that the scriptures were written, but I still think it's good to listen to that story and submit to the way that God offers us guidance through that, which is a topic that deserves much discussion. But let me read the final 3 verses of Psalm 127. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies in the gate. So I think that, the passage pretty much speaks for itself. I think, lots of arrows. You ever seen a quiver? It doesn't have just 2 or 3 arrows. This guy has the idea. I want to be like him when my hair looks like that. This is one of those things that is rather unpredictable, however, as my dad, our dad, when he got married to our mom, said the sooner the better, the more the merrier. A dozen would be nice, but it turned out to be just us. And that's decreased by a factor of 6. Is that math correct? Furthermore, our mom, had influence in this decision as well, and she was in accord with our father. However, who's to say whether my future wife, who I don't even know if I've met yet or not, maybe, would be with my quiver concept. I think that modern-day Western culture doesn't appreciate the joy of children. I think that a number of movements have converged to bring about sort of an anti-children view in society, where people are having fewer and fewer children, although that's changing a bit in the U.S. because of the influx of Latino or Hispanic immigrants whose cultural values are different. But I think that it's one of those things that really damages the culture. There are statistics about this kind of thing that can be really sobering, though. Like in Russia, there have been more abortions per year than live births for the past few years. I hope that's the sort of thing where people can sort of have a wake-up call and realize, like, that is totally out of whack. Now, I realize that abortion is sort of a different moral issue than how many kids you should have, but I think that's an extreme illustration of what I'm trying to talk about. I hope no one got offended by that, because I think children should be held in high honor. Jesus, generally, when he talked about kids, he was like, kids, yeah. Same back to you, although I have another question this week, which is more a question for me, actually, but maybe you would have good thoughts. What should go into making a sermon a good sermon? / what is the purpose of preaching?